Number 1. Learn to play the game. Realize that the female game is all about looks and attitude. They don't even need to play the game. They just sit there looking nice and sweet, while men are responsible for approaching them. On the other hand, the masculine game is defined by two things alone: strength and experience. If you're already pretty jacked and hit the gym often, you have strength part covered. Experience is both priceless and extremely beneficial. Just look at any woman who likes an older man, and they will all tell you that they admire them for their experience and abilities. There's a reason why women adore confident men. They're people who know what they're doing, which is both extremely masculine and appealing. A man's can-do attitude is one of the biggest turn-ons for a woman. If you are a man who can accomplish anything, you are extremely valuable to both women and men, and this is crucial since it is something you can work on and improve. Number 2. Know when women are testing you. Women test a guy they're interested in quite often by saying or doing anything to assess his reaction or response. This sort of harmless teasing and testing is also natural female behavior. You have a feminine attitude if it irritates you. The great majority of men who women like are tested in some way. The only individuals I can think of who don't get tested are really famous men who women have already determined they want to stay with and acquire fame and wealth from, and mindlessly testing such men may ruin their chance. Just ask any random guy that's good with ladies. They'll tell you that he's tested in some kind of way. Women hinting they're being taken advantage of, calling them a playboy, and saying other sarcastic things. This is done to test how the man would react under such circumstances. If you take it personally, you made a mistake and should rethink your perspective. 90% of men who complain about women being difficult were either faced tests and failed, while the other 10% encountered an overly egotistical girl. This sort of testing is an innate biological trait, and it is just a means for women to test men to determine whether they are capable of doing what they appear to be capable of. Again, mentality is very important. Other than renowned men, the only guys who aren't tested are those who aren't desired. When a woman dislikes you, she will avoid you and will advise other women to do the same. Number 3. Don't waste your time on regrets. This is something I've had to suffer with for years and wish someone had told me about it sooner. While your early life is crucial as a man, it doesn't matter nearly as much as when you reach maturity, which I define as the early to mid-20s. The female game is all about the early years. They get attractive, mature, grow up, become desired, date, do all they want, and then marry in their mid to late 20s. However, men are not the same. Most of them are not desired while they are young, but as they grow older, they physically mature, learn, gain skills, money, and experience that matters. Women aren't in their prime from their late teens to their mid-20s, and they have alternatives that men do not, which is why men who focus on youth get depressed. Men's prime is determined by their success in age, which ranges from their mid-20s to late 30s on average. Never, ever forget that. Number 4. Make it a habit to work out. And don't use jacked male models as an example. This is something I've lately seen in modern men, and I blame it on Instagram culture. They start whining how they are too short to lift, or that only their faces count, and that working out is pointless, or that going to the gym is coping, and that you just lift weights and eat chicken to desperately find someone to love you. Lifting is masculine and looking good might be one of the most powerful confidence boosts you can have when approaching women. Personally speaking, I want to thank lifting for getting me to where I am now. I appreciate it for allowing me to walk without difficulty, for allowing ladies to turn their heads and consider me as attractive, and for preventing the misery that my fat friend experiences at his weight. But it's only half the picture. Looks are crucial, but mediocre looks with a solid game outperform excellent looks and no game. Keep that in mind. Number 5. Getting one girl is just the start. When a girl gossips, it can either end up in the man's favor or against him, because she can't stop telling her friends how fantastic you've been, and now, women being women, want to get a taste of you. If they don't pursue you when you're together, they will when once you're single. She would tell her friends every detail about your relationship. This also works in reverse. Women will gossip bad things about you, and you will suffer as a result. Number 6. Abundance mentality. Don't get upset if you were rejected by a woman, and don't wait for them to return to you. Waiting for someone to re-accept your offer gives the impression that you are thirsty and needy. Simply go somewhere else, flirt, have fun, and demonstrate that you're truly enjoyable. And 90% of the time the same women will later attempt to get you because they'll discover you're actually fun and intriguing. Every woman has an abundance mentality by default because she knows that so many guys desire her. If you apply the same principle to yourself and demonstrate it, You will find a lot of success, since a multitude of options makes you appear attractive.
That was it for this video. Be sure to hit subscribe and take a look at the other videos on the channel. Like the video too, as it can help the video reach more men looking for a purpose and direction in life.